Sweet and moist cinnamon rolls with vanilla cream cheese glaze. We all know them, but do you ever think about making sourdough version? Let me show you this simple sourdough cinnamon roll. Perfect beginner recipe for a sweet treat. For our dough we need 600 grams of all-purpose flour, 350 milliliters of water, 4 egg yolks, 75 grams of sourdough starter, 50 grams of sugar, 5 grams of salt, and 100 grams of butter. We're gonna start by mixing our dry ingredients first. We combine flour, sugar, and salt. We slightly mix it with the spatula, and then we add the rest of our ingredients, which is our sourdough starter, 4 egg yolks, 350 milliliters of water. We use the pedal attachment and we start mixing the dough. We start mixing the dough till it gets nice and cohesive and start coming all together. We don't add butter yet, as the fats in the butter can easily interrupt the gluten development, so once our dough becomes nice and sticky, we can start adding butter piece by piece. We continue adding our butter cube by cube till dough gets nice and it stops sticking from the stand mixer bowl. This recipe even is easy, it takes us 2 days, so for that reason we don't need to have full gluten development, as the dough will continue to develop in the fridge. Once our dough is nice and combined, we scrape it out of the stand mixer bowl and put in the nice glass bowl. If you're already doing some sourdough recipe and you understand how it works, you can keep it in your metal bowl, but if you don't, I highly recommend you to put all the dough in the glass bowl, as it makes it more easy to measure. We're looking for approximately 50% raise of the dough. For our filling I use 200 grams of brown sugar, 100 grams of butter and 25 grams of ground cinnamon. We're gonna mix all the ingredients together and make sure the butter is room temperature. For the next step, we're gonna prepare our cream cheese glaze. I'm using 250 grams of mascarpone, 50 grams of icing sugar and little bit milk to match the consistency. Once our cream cheese is mixed, we're gonna scrape our vanilla pot to add that lovely vanilla flavor in it. Now we're gonna put our cream cheese glaze in the piping bag and store it in the fridge for later. And there we are, look at this, plenty of activity, plenty of bubbles. We are here the next day with our dough nicely proofed, around 50% more than day before. We remove the cling film, slightly flour our work surface and place it on. One really good advice is to fridge your dough before you work with it. It makes insane difference, trust me on this. If you fridge your dough for at least 2 hours, or you will proof it overnight in the fridge as I did, it will make it way less sticky, way more easy to work with, and your cinnamon rolls will be much nicer. We grab our sugar and cinnamon mix, place it over the dough in the room temperature and start spreading it around the dough to make nice equal layer of the sugar coating. As I say before, try to make your butter room temperature, as this will prevent overheating the dough and that way make it stick. And once we are satisfied with the way we place our sugar inside, we start rolling our cinnamon rolls. We start rolling our cinnamon rolls by bending the edge over the dough over the sugar mixture, then use the brush to brush off excess flour, then bend it off again use the brush to remove the excess flour and keep going till we get on the end of the dough. And now is time for my favorite part of the recipe, which is cutting individual cinnamon rolls. I'm starting to cut it in the middle, so that way I make it more easy to count for myself how many rolls I have, and look at this beautiful cross section. Now you can see I'm placing all the rolls inside the butter baking dish, and I leave semi-equal gaps between them to give them plenty of room to grow. And look now, and these nice cinnamon rolls, they are almost ready, just waiting for their last final proof before bake. And there we are with approximately 4 hours with my house temperature. My cinnamon rolls is nice and proofed and ready to be baked. I cover my cinnamon rolls with tin foil, which will prevent the direct heat, and that way I will get nice soft crumbs of them. Now our cinnamon rolls is ready to be placed in the oven with 180 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes. And there we are here after 45 minutes with these gorgeous and beautiful cinnamon rolls, which are ready to eat. And now our cinnamon rolls is ready, and we should wait approximately 20 minutes till they get nice and firm so we can take them out easily. But I break this my own rule. I just grab the rubber spatula and try to take out one as fast as possible, as I didn't eat all day and I can't wait anymore for taste one of them. And there we have it, look at that beauty. Nice warm sourdough cinnamon roll freshly out of the oven. Just to cover it now with the cream cheese. And trust me, it tastes so good, especially knowing you work on it for 2 days. Hit that like button if you liked the video, share and subscribe, post me and comment what you would like to see in next, and see you next week with a new episode. Thank you guys.